The April 2025 new moon is not merely another familiar lunar cycle, but is predicted to be a moment of profound transformational energy, interwoven with rare cosmic forces. The first highlight is the presence of Saturn in Pisces, a seemingly paradoxical combination of stringent discipline and the gentle essence of spirituality. Saturn, the planet that symbolizes responsibility and limitations, passing through Pisces, the zodiac sign of intuition, empathy, and creativity, will generate a surge of energy that urges people to balance reason with emotion. This presents an opportunity to establish a solid spiritual foundation, while also requiring patience to overcome inner obstacles, thereby steering toward deep psychological maturity. Accompanying this is a partial solar eclipse, carrying the mandate for sudden, unexpected changes. Unlike a total solar eclipse, which often symbolizes a complete ending or beginning, the partial eclipse serves as a reminder of the perpetual shift of fate. It may disrupt predetermined plans, compelling individuals to adapt and redefine their life goals. In this context, decisions are based not solely on conventional logic, but also on heeding one's inner voice, as the universe invites us to confront the shadow of our own nature, to unlock our true potential. The simultaneous convergence of the new moon, Saturn, and the solar eclipse creates a dual energy shockwave that challenges emotions while simultaneously catalyzing the process of maturation. This phase may ignite inner conflicts or external tensions, particularly in relationships or personal trajectories. However, it also offers the chance for each person to discern which core values to cling to and which barriers to release. The blend of Saturn's discipline and the spiritual flow of Pisces will act as a guiding beacon, helping us to face upheaval with calmness and compassion. Overall, the event on April 29, 2025, is not merely an isolated astronomical phenomenon, but a cosmic call to awakening. It demands the courage to change, the humility to learn from adversity, and above all, the belief that every crisis harbors the seed of opportunity. Only by embracing this journey can one reach the most complete version of oneself. The new moon in Aries not only marks the beginning of a new lunar cycle, but also symbolizes a surge of vibrant primal energy, a flame that urges one to break free from limitations to pursue their desires. As the first sign of the zodiac, Aries embodies the power to pioneer, decisiveness, and a trailblazing spirit. Under the light of this new moon, the universe seems to pour a stream of energy into every mind, igniting courage and encouraging bold steps in work, love, and personal growth. This is an ideal time to launch long-held projects, set new goals, or actively build relationships founded on sincerity and equality. However, the characteristic eagerness of Aries also carries the risk of thoughtless action. The fiery passion can easily turn impulsive, if not guided by reason. Therefore, along with the daring to jump into the fray, detailed planning and risk analysis become key factors in transforming enthusiasm into lasting achievements. This new moon also opens the door for a journey of self-rediscovery. Aries, the champion of authenticity and primal instinct, urges people to shed societal veneers and face the most innate yearnings of the heart. This is not the time to chase others' expectations or remain trapped in safe choices. Instead, the universe invites you to listen to your inner voice, using passion as a compass to find the path that truly reflects your core values. Opportunities to explore new fields, affirm leadership roles, or simply live fully in line with your passion become more apparent than ever. Nevertheless, the balance between action and contemplation is the key to fully harnessing the energy of this new moon. If you rush forward without direction, you risk falling into a whirlwind of exhaustion from hasty decisions. Conversely, if you only overthink without taking a step forward, the Aries flame will gradually dim. Think of it as a dance between reason and emotion. Dare to burn brightly while maintaining an alert rhythm. Dare to take risks without losing patience. By combining the boldness of Aries with a long-term vision, you will realize that every well-considered action today lays the first brick in building the castle of tomorrow's success. Amidst the flow of the April new moon, let the energy of Aries remind you that true strength does not lie in outrunning others, but in having the courage to begin, even if it is just a small step on the journey to becoming the most brilliant version of yourself. The presence of Saturn in Pisces is not merely an astronomical position, but a profound invitation from the universe for humanity to confront the hidden corners of the soul. As the planet of discipline and responsibility, Saturn's transit through Pisces, the zodiac sign of emotion, intuition, and dissolution, creates a dual transformation. It heals old wounds while simultaneously building a solid spiritual foundation. This is a period when past hurts, destructive habits, or outdated relationships will be brought to light, not to torment us, but to release the suppressed inner strength that has long been confined. On the journey of healing, Saturn acts as a strict teacher, urging us to stop hiding behind illusions or repressing our emotions. Instead, it demands the courage to face our pain head-on, to acknowledge previous mistakes, and to gradually dismantle each layer of our self-defense. This process may evoke feelings of insecurity and even pain, yet the honesty with ourselves becomes a potent antidote. For instance, a habit of escaping our emotions through work, or a relationship rooted in dependency, will gradually reveal its inherent unhealthiness, forcing us to choose between continued endurance or a decisive change. Saturn permits no half measures. However, it rewards us with clarity and determination to overcome adversity. Alongside healing, Saturn in Pisces also encourages the cultivation of spiritual discipline, one that is not rigid, but imbued with patience and compassion. This is the ideal time to establish soul-nourishing habits such as meditation, journaling, or engaging with art. Unlike the mechanical nature of typical plans, this spiritual discipline under Saturn's influence requires a long-term commitment, where we learn to listen to the rhythm of our inner self rather than forcing ourselves into a predetermined mold. For example, instead of setting a goal to meditate for 30 minutes each day right away, begin with 5 minutes of silent reflection, gradually allowing yourself to sense your own presence. These small, consistent steps will, over time, become a bridge bringing you closer to inner peace and self-understanding. The union of Saturn and Pisces also opens the door to lessons in surrender. While Saturn teaches us to establish boundaries, Pisces reminds us that not everything needs to be controlled. Sometimes true discipline lies in trusting the flow of the universe and daring to let go of what does not belong to us. This process resembles a delicate dance between personal effort and relinquishment, between action and acceptance. Overall, Saturn in Pisces is not merely a period of challenge, but an opportunity to be reborn from the ashes of the past. By embracing the confrontation with our inner darkness and constructing discipline from the heart, we discover that it is precisely the maturity of our emotions and spirit that forms the most solid foundation for genuine happiness. A partial solar eclipse is not merely a fascinating astronomical event, but also a powerful symbol of a cosmic wake-up call, a moment when the universe knocks on our door, forcing us to pause and acknowledge the outdated elements that must be released. Unlike a total solar eclipse, which typically marks a complete closure of light and signifies decisive endings, a partial eclipse acts like a subtle blade, slicing through the familiar flow, creating an opening for new energy to seep in. It does not erase the past. Rather, it compels us to face the hidden aspects that are hindering our growth, thereby paving the way for unexpected yet necessary changes. The effects of a partial solar eclipse usually manifest as sudden, unpredictable shifts. In work, this may translate to an abrupt change in a project's direction, the loss of an opportunity once taken for granted, or even the impetus to leave behind the comfort zone of one's career. In relationships, it can shake the foundations by exposing long-ignored conflicts, forcing both parties to choose, to genuinely mend the bond, or to bravely part ways. Concerning one's life path, the partial eclipse serves as a reflective mirror, suddenly revealing that one has strayed from core values, thereby urging a soulful makeover. Although these changes might initially be disorienting, they carry the mission of clearing away what no longer fits, making room for the universe's new arrangement. However, the chaotic power of a partial solar eclipse also harbors risks if one acts without clear-headedness. The tense energetic atmosphere can trigger impulsive decisions, for example, quitting a job in a moment of anger, or plunging into a new relationship to flee loneliness. Therefore, the most crucial advice during this period is to avoid hasty reactions. Instead of resisting or blindly following the surge, consider this a golden opportunity to practice stillness. Taking time to journal, meditate, or talk with a trusted confidant can help you discern between the call of fear and the truth of your inner self. The partial eclipse does not force immediate action. It invites you to listen deeply, to understand what must be released and what seeds are worthy of nurturing. Interestingly, the very incompleteness of a partial eclipse becomes a lesson in patience. It reminds us that every transformation requires time, and that rushed changes are often only the superficial layer of a more profound internal process. Rather than trying to control everything, learn to trust the natural rhythm of life. For instance, if your current work suddenly hits an impasse, don't rush to seize the next opportunity. Use the silence to reassess your skills and true passions, and then chart a course that is more in tune with your authentic self. In its deepest sense, the partial solar eclipse is a gift of awakening that pushes us to live more honestly. It does not destroy. It merely blows away the haze that obscures our vision, helping us to realize that sometimes the most painful shocks are the beginnings of genuine freedom. When you face adversity with calmness and compassion, you will discover the latent power within yourself, a power that only shines when you dare to step beyond your comfort zone and embrace the unknown. In the context of strongly fluctuating cosmic energies, developing a practical coping strategy becomes the key not only to overcoming challenges, but also to transforming them into opportunities for growth. First, engaging in spiritual practices serves as the foundation for stabilizing the mind amid the turmoil. Meditation is not merely a relaxation technique. It is a powerful tool that enables us to observe the chaotic flow of thoughts without being swept away by them. Just 10 minutes each day focused on deep breathing, inhaling through the nose with an expanded belly and exhaling slowly, can soothe the nervous system and reconnect us with the body's natural rhythm. Simultaneously, spending time immersed in nature, walking under a canopy of trees, watching a sunrise, or simply sitting quietly in a garden corner, helps us absorb pure energy, serving as a reminder of the vastness of the universe and our small yet significant place within its flow. Self-care is an indispensable element, as a clear mind can only exist within a healthy body. During sensitive periods, prioritize sleep as a sacred ritual. Turn off electronic devices at least 1 hour before bed. Try drinking chamomile tea, or take a warm bath to relax the body. Nutrition should also be adjusted. Instead of eating, emotionally opt for fresh foods, rich in fiber and healthy proteins, to nurture your brain. Do not forget to incorporate relaxing activities into your daily routine. Listening to instrumental music, painting freely, or reading, serving as a reset for the emotional system, helping to prevent burnout in the face of external fluctuations. Journaling and reflection are powerful tools for deciphering the messages from within. Unlike ordinary writing, consider the blank page as a safe space to unload all your unjudged thoughts. Begin with questions like, "What is making me feel stuck?" or "Which beliefs are limiting my growth?" This process not only helps clarify your goals but also exposes toxic thought patterns. For example, the fear of failure that is stopping you from starting a business, or societal prejudices that cause you to postpone living authentically. To optimize the effectiveness, combine journaling with the morning pages method, 3 pages of free writing each morning, a habit that acts like a broom, sweeping away mental clutter and leaving your mind lighter before starting a new day. The harmonious integration of these 3 practices forms a protective circle around your energy. Spirituality helps you maintain your center, self-care sustains physical endurance, and journaling clarifies your direction. The important factor is to practice them with a patient attitude, without demanding perfection. Whether it's meditating for 5 minutes, having a balanced meal, or jotting down a few short lines, every small action is a brick in the castle of inner balance. When we proactively nurture ourselves from within, external fluctuations become valuable lessons rather than sources of dread. Because by that time, we are equipped with the mindfulness to welcome every change as an inherent part of the journey toward growth. Amid the ceaseless fluctuations of the cosmos, the overarching message for us is this: trust in the flow of life. Every change, whether sudden, confusing, or even painful, carries within it the seed of growth. Much like a torrential rainstorm that seems destructive at first yet ultimately nourishes parched earth, the upheavals in our lives arrive to cleanse what no longer serves us, making space for new beginnings to take root. This trust is not passive surrender, but a courageous choice to release the fear of losing control and instead align with the natural rhythm of the universe. Remember, even when we cannot yet grasp the deeper meaning, every twist of fate is guiding us toward a more evolved version of ourselves. To embody this trust, setting clear intentions under the energy of the new moon becomes a vital step. This is not just about listing goals, but engaging in a ritual of connection with the universe through the sincerity of the heart. Take time in stillness to ask yourself, what do I want to attract during this cycle? Or, which values are worthy of my energy investment? Writing these intentions, framed with affirming, positive language, transforms them into signals sent out into the cosmos. For example, rather than writing, "I don't want to be lonely," you might say, "I open my heart to genuine and balanced relationships." Clarity of intention becomes your compass amid emotional waves, helping you harness the potent initiating energy that the new moon brings. This journey becomes more complete when we connect with a like-minded community, vibrating at the same frequency. Companions on the path offer not only astrological insights and personal stories, but also serve as mirrors reflecting parts of ourselves we may not yet see. By liking, subscribing, or simply commenting, "I trust the universe," you don't just stay updated on helpful content. You send out a personal declaration. I am ready to embrace every lesson the universe brings. Each small interaction acts like an invisible thread, weaving together souls who are hungry for growth, forming a spiritual safety net in a world full of change. Let this message be your guiding star. The universe does not send us challenges beyond our capacity, but rather opportunities to uncover our hidden strength. When you combine unwavering trust in the laws of the cosmos with a clear, intentional will and the companionship of a devoted community, you'll come to see that each celestial event is far more than a physical occurrence. It is the universe, whispering an invitation to you, calling you to step into your destiny with an awakened heart.